Joint Director, PU Board, Karnataka. Sir K. Veerabhadrappa Maleshwarappa, PR Sir, President, Chitradurga, PU Lekami. He is the person and the President of this function. Sir, especially the Secretary, Nagaraj Velagatta Sir. I have the contact with Yogeesh Sir, they are Sachin Babu Sani and many of them. So my respect to all of them and my best wishes to all the students who are present here, and my congratulations to the students who were awarded today. And I wish you all the best. So you already came to know for last 9-10 years you are teaching your students. Even the students, you also came to know about Babarali and his mission or their mission, that is Anand Shiksha Nikethan, home of joyful learning, from your textbook, English textbook. Though I love to share few of my stories. So I am from a district that is one of the backward district in the state of West Bengal. It is one of the border district. Once upon a time, it was the capital of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. It was one of the historical place. So, in the year of 2002, my father, though he was a school dropout, but he had great interest about education. So his ambition was to see me as an administrative officer. So he admitted me 10 kilometers far away. From my 10 kilometers far away school, that was Beldanga Kashim Bazar Raj Govindo Sundari Vidyapit, I saw the children like my age. They engaged themselves with different works. Girls, they were working at their houses. Boys, they were working in the shops. They were collecting garbage as the rag pickers. Or few boys, they were working in the fields. They were raising cattle. So I collected 8 of them, include my sister, who was my first student, and started teaching under a guava tree in our family backyard. That time there was no particular syllabus. Whatever I have learned from my own school, I love to share all those with those children. I mean, they were junior than me or they were the same age. Gradually it became my passion, my ninth dream, my mission, vision, my heart, everything. And number of students were increased and it became a dreamland for the helpless children. And you already came to know the name of our institution, Anand Shiksha Nikethan, the home of joyful learning in English. So how it became Anand Shiksha Nikethan? So when I was in 5th standard, I started our journey 19th October 2002. And that time, when I was a student, our academic session was May to April. Now in Bengal, our academic session is January to December. So after our 5th standard annual examination, I decided to inaugurate my school. Before that, when I started my mission, my mother, she was the first person who came forward to help me. Initially, my father, he thought that if I can share my lessons with others, maybe my own education is going to be hampered. And he warned me that not to continue this work. But I did the same thing. I gathered those children at a nearby village jungle because out of fear of my father. Again, he came to know that I am doing the same thing. So one day he asked a retired degree college principal that my son is doing this work, can I allow him? And his answer was, yes, your son is doing a good work, and if he can do good for the society, God will help him. And I am fortunate enough, and definitely this is the rare thing in our society, that my whole family, my family members, they came forward to support me since inception to till date. They have also the similar sacrifice for my mission. So I decided to inaugurate my school. That was in the month of 2003, in the year of 2003 and in the month of April. So I invited that retired degree college principal, collected sari from my mother and the village women, and made a pandal and asked that retired degree college principal to inaugurate our school. He did that, and that day we also hired a microphone like this, and it was cost only 30 rupees. And then I requested him that what should be the suitable name for our institution. So his suggestion was, in your school, students are taking their classes in joyful atmosphere. So it should be in Bengali, Anand Shiksha Nikethan, and in English, the home of joyful learning. The second incident was when I was in primary school, Ramakrishna Mission. They were the first organization who provided us school uniform. Even 2000, in the year of 2000, when we were affected by flood, Ramakrishna Mission was the first organization who came forward with relief. And not only that, I also applied for admission in 5th standard. And before that, in Karnataka State, I got the chance, I got the good marks, so my father admitted there. So one day, I decided to visit local Ramakrishna Mission. That was the first branch of whole Ramakrishna Mott and Mission. It was 3 kilometers from my home. So met with then Headmaster monk. Now he is the secretary of Swami Vivekananda's ancestral house in Kolkata. That time he was the Headmaster monk there. And met with him along with our students. And at first he asked me that clothes, can you please give clothes to these students? So obviously he was surprised, he was amazed that how a small boy can run and read a book of Swami Vivekananda. And advised me to read that book at least 5 minutes in a day. And from that book, I got a quotation, service to man is service to God. It inspired me with Ramakrishna Mission. And the third incident was, I asked my friends that why he is asking for broken chalks every day. Is he writing something in the blackboard or school premises? And their answer was no, ma'am. He started a school and he became the headmaster. Every day he is using those broken chalks, and she became so happy and came forward with a full box of chalk. So those were the encouragement from our society, from different personalities in our work, in our initiative. On the other hand, there were lots of discouragement, jealousy, motivated peoples. Conspiracy, everything was there. I am not going to share all of those things because positivity only can change in our society. Though I had to suffer much, struggle much, but I did not give up hope. I hoped against hope and fought tooth and nail to combat all the adversity. So there was different kind of difficulties were there. So to bring the children in the field of education. So when I founded our institution, when I pursued to their parents to send their children at our school, the first question I was asked that how education will be important, even who cannot afford to work a meal in a day, to educate girls, they will not find husbands. Actually the early marriage problem was existed only. On the other hand, religious biasness, lots of discouragement that what he is doing. So different kinds of problem I have faced. But I ignored all the criticism and went ahead with my plan, with my mission. And nowadays at our institution, and not only that, over the 20 years of journey, most of the students, that was 60% students are girls. And this 19th October, we are going to complete our 20 years of journey. And around 7,000 students have received completely free education from our institution. And not only that, our former students, especially the girls, after their post-graduation and bachelor of, PhD degree, they became the teacher, include my sister who was my first student. And as I believe that education is not a bookish knowledge, not a bag of information, but it is human making or man making education. So we are trying to help our students to become a real man or real human being who can positively impact our society. So my first visit was in Karnataka in the year of 2009. Whenever I am coming in Karnataka, I love to share this story. It was in Infosys campus. That time I was a student like you. I mean pre-university, it's called higher secondary in West Bengal. So that time TED talks happened. So all the dignitaries from all over the world, they gathered there. And then they asked me to deliver my speech. That time I spoke in Bengali, our mother tongue, and one delegate from Bangladesh, our nearest country, he translated in English. Then I promised them that next year, if I get chance, I will deliver my speech in English. So over 1 year I learned English through conversation. So you see, when I was in primary school, there was no English subject. In 5th standard only, we learned English, not from the school, from my father only. Though he have not that kind of degree, but he is very much interested about education. Every day, still now, he is studying different kinds of books. So however, I want to be a student forever, and I also completed my double post-graduation that Madam she already mentioned in her introduction. So one message or one quotation from Swami Vivekananda: go on bravely, do not expect success in a day or the year, always hold on to the highest, be steady, avoid jealousy and selfishness, be obedient, be eternally faithful to the cause of truth, humanity and your country, and you will move the world. So throughout my 20 years of journey, now I am convinced that nothing can stand against firm determination, firm conviction and firm will. The only things you should have in your heart are courage, purity, honesty and above all, love. Because love can conquer everything. Actually, you see, I had the call of love in the core of my heart and I pursued and ultimately succeed. I think we should have the motto, we must do something extraordinary in this whole human life. We must leave a mark on the soil in this earth. So, I already mentioned to you that my inspiration Swami Vivekananda. From him I have learned the better we become, the greater our country will be. So I am not going to take much time. So these two lines should be embossed on the tablet of our mind. Mine is to go before I sleep and mine is to go before I sleep. However, education for all with equal opportunity, this is my dream, but this is not only possible for me. If we can work together for the children, what is still need education as well as quality education, human excellence, holistic education, then only it is possible. So now my plan, that is after 20 years, that I will bring more Anand Shiksha Nikethan across the country, and of course we are not going to provide the bookish knowledge, bookish equal concentration on it. So, but this is not only possible for me, if we can work together, then only it is possible. And special thanks to Ramakrishna from PU Board, Chitradurga district, all the respected retired joint director, deputy director, principal sir, all the lecturers, and my younger brother, like my younger brother Mr. Akil Joy. I at first visited his college in 2014. That time I just finished my graduation. He was the student there. And lastly, I always love to say everywhere that Karnataka, it became my second home, and the love and the dedication towards Babar Ali and his Anand Shiksha Nikethan I have received from Karnataka, I will remember for forever, and always I am grateful for the peoples of Karnataka. Thank you very much. Namaskar.